Looking at these three different graphs, tell me about these types of functions. What do you know about this first one? It is a what? It's a line. It is linear. Okay, so the parent function is y equals x. When we put this into the calculator, we use menu 413. If we're going to put this in Desmos, we would say y1 squiggle mx1 plus b. What about the second one? What is it called when it looks like a U like that? It is a quadratic. The parent function for a quadratic is y equals x squared. y1 squiggle ax1 squared plus bx 1 plus c. If you're using Desmos, if you're using the yellow calculator, menu 416. And yesterday we talked about the importance of taking that equation and putting it into Desmos if you're using the yellow calculator. All right, this last one, what is that called? You remember? It's the only one we haven't talked about yet. I heard someone say it, exponential. Y equals AB to the X. Okay, where A is usually 1. So if you're going to put that into Desmos, again, same thing. We're just making sure we have a 1 on the X and the Y. This one in the yellow calculator is menu 413A. Okay, and again, we talked about using the yellow calculator to get our equation and then using Desmos to visualize what it looks like and if we have to make any predictions. If data is linear, it's adding and subtracting that same number over and over and over on the y's. That is your slope. If it's quadratic, remember, it has buddy points. That's how you can tell on a table. If it's exponential, it's multiplying or dividing on the y's by the same number over and over and over. So we're going to look at all of this so we can write all of our different equations. Several students performed an experiment by dropping marbles of uniform size into a jar of water, and they measured the height after every 5 marbles. So here's our table, which, okay, key word here, linear. What is linear? Y equals mx plus b. Which linear function best represents the problem, the situation, and the approximate the height of the water after 30 marbles. Notice marbles is x. So we're going to have to make a prediction as well. If you missed that it does say linear, you could also look at your answer choices and see, oh, that is mx plus b. So you can use your yellow calculator if that's what you prefer, menu 413. And then we'll put it into Desmos to make that prediction. So take a minute and do that. Go back, we know, not these two, but this one says 16, so we would choose B. So even though they have two of the same equation, we need to continue to read further, make sure both of our answers are correct. So, and also, and if you weren't sure, right, we can see also, this is plus 2, this is plus 1, this is plus 2. Because we are rounding, right, that's that line of best fit, we need to, this doesn't add the exact same number, but it told us linear, and it showed us in the equations mx plus b. Looking at this one, notice the keyword, quadratic. So this is going to be menu 416, or y1 squiggle a x1 squared plus b x1 plus c. You can also see that in your answer choices. So again, using your yellow calculator, using Desmos. This is not asking for us for a prediction, okay? So let's go ahead and see what we get. All right. This one is going to be exponential. You can see it in the picture. You can see it in the words. Number of bacteria in petri dish in the laboratory, X hours after being introduced to the petri dish. According to the data, which measurement is closest to the number of bacteria? 35 hours. Look at that. Hours is X after being introduced. So we are going to have to, writing the equation is not an answer choice, but we have to write the equation in order to make the prediction, okay? And this is exponential, so remember that is menu 4-1a or y1 squiggle ab to the power of x1. So use your calculator, use Desmos, pick one. We are going to also type in that equation we get, and the x equals 35. All right, so we would have to choose C, that is closest to our 816 that we got. So remember, it is an estimate, so you may have to round to get that answer choice. So looking at this, Desmos or yellow calculator, even if you're using the yellow calculator, we are still typing it in. So that would give us answer. Now they didn't go to 3.2, they just went to 0.3. So would it be, we can eliminate A, we can eliminate D, but then we put in our X equals 30 and we found our intersection. So how high would the water be for 30 marbles? 16 inches. So here's what it looks like in Desmos. So which answer, A, B, C, or D? Which one matches what we have there? A, very nice. So here you see it with the table. We put in our X equals 35 after we got our equation. So about 828. Now those answers, 828 is not exact. So which one is closest?